What's up guys, this is your boy the HBHQ over here, back with another video for Injustice 2 Mobile, and in this video we will be ranking all the Chaos artifacts in the Advent of Chaos Solo Raid event, and we will be starting with this video. And again, this is my opinion of the Chaos artifacts based on the description of the Chaos artifacts that I have seen, as well as the gameplay that I have seen, which is done by many of the people with the Chaos artifacts. And this again, like I said, so this is again my opinion, and the Chaos artifacts will be available only via two modes right now. That is, you can directly purchase it through the store, as well as if you're extremely lucky, you can get the Chaos artifact as an artifact drop on defeating any of the bosses in the Advent of Chaos Solo Raid event. So with that being said, let's get started with this video of ranking all the Chaos artifacts in the Advent of Chaos Solo Raid event. So at number 10, we have the Crown of Horns. So why do I think this Crown of Horns is at number 10 is, first of all, the attack bonus that it grants is only 12,000, as well as the health bonus, which is 40,000. This is the least amount of attack bonus as well as health bonus that you can get from any of the Advent of Chaos artifact, and as well as what it tries to do here. So it tries to do 70% chance to resist power drain. So this 70% chance to resist power drain is only gonna occur when you are being attacked by the opponent and you fail to block the opponent's special. So even if the opponent does a power drain, first of all, the opponent needs to do a power drain, and if he's doing a power drain and you are able to block it, then you are not gonna you're not gonna get power drained. Another aspect to resist power drain, other aspect is if it's there in a hazard, you have an hazard from the opponent where there is chance to power drain, you can actually resist from there as well. So for example, like Silver Cyborg boss, he can do a special ability where he power drains, and that's a hazard. So in that case, you can resist the power drain as well. So a couple of scenarios actually where you can resist the power drain, but in my opinion, you can actually avoid both of these scenarios. So if there is a permanent hazard where it permanently power drains, it is not there in Advent of Chaos. I'm already on Raven, so it's not there in my memory where you have like a permanent hazard which power drains you. So as a result, this is not at all useful in Advent of Chaos Solo Raid event, in my opinion. And plus 55% special attack damage, this is good, this is helpful, but the other artifacts that are there in the list actually help in doing a ton of more damage, and a variation of those artifacts are better in my opinion when compared to Crown of Horns. So with that being said, let's move on to the next artifact. At number 9, we have the Ace of Winchesters. So why do we have this at Ace of Winchesters at number 9? So first of all, the first two ones, right? 100% chance for range attack to be armor piercing, 100% chance for range attack to be unblockable. These are literally useless. So the reason is you don't want to do a lot of ranged attack to do actually damage on the opponent. Again, at level 10 this is, so at lower levels this chance is even lower. But also the attack bonus you're getting, health bonuses you are getting against the, again, kind of the lowest that you are gonna get in Advent of Chaos Solo Raid event. So why is it at number 9 and not at number 10? In my opinion, you get plus 75% damage to an opponent with health below 50%. So if you're fighting a boss, it will end up getting below 50% health, and there you are gonna do 75% damage. This is irrespective of whether it's a special, whether it's a basic attack, like that. So this technically means that 75% will also be applicable on the special abilities from my understanding. So if my understanding is wrong, make sure to let me know down in the comments below. So with that being said, I believe this positions Ace of Winchesters at number 9 in this rank list. So let's move on to the next one. At number 8, we have the Rings of AZAR. So Rings of AZAR is at number 8 because the attack bonus and health bonus, again, it's the lowest. But the passives that this artifact grants are also not the best, but better than the other two, I believe. Minus 30% damage from incoming special, so you're blocking and reducing the damage. The first one had like power resist, that is the Crown of Horns had power resist, But this one actually, instead of doing that power resist, it actually ends up reducing the damage. So that kind of helps in a way. And also, if you are doing that, you're gonna gain 4 power bars after successfully blocking an incoming special, which means you can immediately do a special as well. So this is much more helpful than doing just a power resist. So this, in my opinion, places the Rings of Azar at rank 8 in this ranking list. So let's move on to the next artifact. At number 7, we have the Book of Souls. So the Book of Souls grants 30% duration of buffs applied to the wearer, 30% duration of debuffs applied to opponents by the wearer. So this is on the onset, it doesn't look that helpful, but I'll give you a specific scenario where it will be pretty helpful, and that is fighting boss Black Adam. The reason is a Black Adam has a hidden passive, hidden bug, whatever you want to call it. So it will reduce the duration of the stun. This Book of Souls will actually help in increasing the duration of the stun. So as a result, you can do a more amount of damage. So 30% duration of buffs applied to wearer. So Arkham Knight Batman, Predator Batman, they have a 5-second stun at level 70, 5.05 seconds to be precise. And if you're just considering 5-second stun, that means 30% of that 5-second stun you're gonna get is extra. So which means like 30%, 3 by 10 into, like 5 seconds, like that. So which is like 1.5 seconds. You're gonna get additional additional time of the duration of the buff, which will be handy as you can do a longer set of string of combo with Heartbreaker Harley Quinn. And 30% duration of debuffs also applied to the opponents by the wearer. This again is helpful. And the other aspect is, if you have this particular Book of Souls on Raven, the duration of the darkness is actually a buff from your end to the opponent. So that duration of darkness will also be increased. At 6-star Raven, that is 25 seconds. So instead of 25 seconds, that will be again 30% increase. I'll roughly approximate it to like around 32-33 seconds. That will be the duration of your buff. So that will be again extremely helpful, as you will be able to keep your damage dealer in the battle a longer. So this is an extremely helpful way, although it grants less attack bonus and less health bonus. But if you're using it on the support character, this will be much more useful. So with that being said, let's move on to the next one. And one thing to keep in mind across all this Advent of Chaos artifacts, the attack bonus and the health bonus is going to be shared across all your teammates. So that is an advantage, because you can keep, like I said, you can keep this Book of Souls on your support character, and that will help in increasing the damage on the damage dealer. So let's move on to the next one. So the next one we have here in this list at the 6th position is the Philosopher's Stone. The reason why we have the Philosopher's Stone at rank 6 is 100% chance to mitigate additional 30% damage from specials while blocking, and heal for 45% of mitigated damage. Ideally, I believe this is not a damage dealing artifact at all. It's entirely a defensive artifact. But the reason why this is at number 6 is you want to have it in the support character because it grants an attack bonus which is higher than the other ones that we have seen till now. So this is a mid-tier artifact which grants a higher attack stat, and as a result, the damage that you're going to do if you're having this artifact compared to the others on your support character will be a bit higher because of the increased attack bonus. So remember, attack bonus, if it's higher, it's going to do more special attack damage as well. So definitely this is entirely a defensive artifact where you are mitigating additional damage as well as healing of that mitigated damage. So ideally this suits for your combo builder or your tank in your team. So with that being said, let's move on to the number 5th one of the artifacts in the Advent of Chaos artifacts. At number 5, we have the Sword. How do I pronounce that? Sword of Sin. So 18 seconds of burn on successful special. Train opponent for 0.5 power bar every second of the successful special for 8 seconds. So this is definitely a very strong artifact. So if you're having this artifact by buying it either through store or getting it as a drop in the raids, so definitely keep this artifact, as this is extremely useful. 18 seconds of burn on successful special means the defense of your opponent is going to be halved. So with that being said, and drain opponent for 0.5 power bars for every second after successful special for 8 seconds, that means 4 power bars are going to get drained. So this is definitely useful. It's offensive as well as defensive. The reason why it's offensive is it sets the pace for your damage dealer to do a lot of attack and lot of damage, because it reduces the defense. So that's a critical aspect, as well as it prevents your opponent from doing specials, because the power is going to be constantly getting drained. So with that being said, also the attack bonus and the health bonus is again at mid-tier level, and this makes the Sword of Sin extremely useful, and I believe it ranks at number 5. So let's move on to the next artifact in this artifact tier list. So at number 4, we have the Candle of Neron. The reason why the Candle of Neron is at number 4 requires a subtle explanation as well. So again, from the attack standpoint and the health standpoint, you're getting the mid-level one. But the reason why this is useful is random special is disabled upon tagging. The rest specials have 150% damage. So random special is disabled upon tagging. So if you keep on tagging in and out, your character is gonna have a different special getting disabled. So if you're trying to solo a boss, which means you will do a lot of combo interruption, you're gonna keep that character in that battle. So like for example, if you're facing a Catwoman in tier 3, I believe, in Advent of Chaos, you're gonna need to have a single character as a single damage dealer, and ultimately there's a luck factor dependent here, where if your special 3 is disabled because facing Catwoman, you have a chaos modifier as well. But if you don't have the chaos modifier there in like the other battles, what you can actually end up doing is tag in and tag out, switch out till you have your special 3 unlocked and not disabled. And once you have that, you specifically have whatever you want to call it, 150% additional damage. So that is going to be extremely helpful. And plus 50% power generation, which means you can do your specials more often. So with that being said, this places, I believe, the Candle of Neron at rank 4 in this ranking list of all the Chaos artifacts. So let's move on to the next one here. At number 3, we have the Chakra artifact. At number 3, we have the Chakra artifact. Now, guys, you might be wondering why I am placing Chakra artifact with an attack bonus, which is the highest of all the Chaos artifacts, at number 3. So let me explain here. So when health drops below 40%, enter possessed state for 20 seconds, 200% attack while possessed. Which means you want your character to actually take damage in order to do damage. So you want the health to drop below 40% to enter this possessed state for 20 seconds. My question is, at level 10 of this artifact, you have health bonus of 100,000. So if you have a health bonus of 100,000, then you need to lose 60,000 health for you to activate this possessed state. And that will last for only 20 seconds and not the entire duration of the battle. So why will it be at all helpful is my question. So if you are able to balance between like that 40% trademark of health, like for Raven, I think if you're using Raven, so there is a use case here. So if you're using Raven, I think it triggers at 30%. She takes back all the darkness from the opponent. So if you're able to manage at that 35% level of health on Raven, so what you will do is you will enter this possessed state for Raven, which will give you plus 200% attack, as well as maintain the darkness stack. So this is kind of critical. So you won't have 35% health of Raven,
and heal back again and again drop to 35%, which means you need to take damage in order to like get this thing activated. So if I'm not being clear about here, so let me illustrate the example in a clearer way. So you have Raven, and for Raven you have like the full health, say 100%. Once it drops below 40%, it enters possessed state. But if it drops below 30%, as far as I can recall, it will take all the darkness tag that it has applied on the opponent back from the opponent. And as a result, you will heal back the full health. But it will not help you, because what will happen there is you're going to lose the stacks of the darkness. So what you want to do is keep your health at 35%, which is higher than the 30%, but lesser than this 40%. And then probably tag out to some other character which can heal Raven to some extent. And if it heals Raven to some extent and it goes above 40%, then you can again trigger pauses after it will be there for again another 20 seconds. So you need to kind of alternate this, and it's a tricky play. It's a tricky play and may not be that even possible in a way. So ideally, theoretically, this is possible, but whether it actually takes place is again a question. So if you guys want to try it out, try it out. But why is it placed at rank 3 then? Since this has a lot of confusion with this dropping of health, it is mainly because of the attack bonus. The attack bonus is the highest here, and you are going to do a ton of damage with the attack bonus. And while possessed, heal for 50% of the damage dealt. This means like you can technically heal your character entirely for the 100% of the health with this 50% of damage dealt. The reason is, suppose your character at level 10 chakra artifact has a total health of say 110,000 health or 127,000 health. If you're doing a damage of 234,000 or 254,000, you're gonna entirely heal 127,000. So with that being said, I believe this places chakra at the rank 3 of this ranking list of all the Advent of Chaos artifacts. So let's move on to the second one. TRIGON'S power stuff. This kind of reveals who is number one, and why that is number one I'm going to explain as well. And again, TRIGON'S power stuff has attack bonus of 32,000, which is definitely the highest Advent of Chaos artifact attack stat that you're going to get. And as a result, it places directly in like the top level of the artifacts. But why is it at rank 2? So when blocking incoming special, gain a shield with 200% capacity of Varus max health for 15 seconds. Shield gets weaker over time, transforming 5% of its max capacity into Varus health every second. 250% damage absorbed by shield reflects back to an opponent. So entirely, this entire aspect is a defensive. It's a defensive thing, and again, it involves blocking of a special. We have the infinite combo. We have the combo interruption. Yeah, we have the combo interruption. We have the infinite combo, and with that things being there in the game, why do you want to take a damage from a special from the opponent? So that is the question that I have. So with that being said, I believe this entirely is defensive, but to trigger all these bonuses, it is not depending on reducing the wearer's health rather to below 40%, unlike the chakra artifact, which pushes it down to that rank 3 position. So I believe this places TRIGON'S power staff at rank 2 because it's a mixture of defensive and offensive, grants the highest attack bonus stat definitely, but the reason why this is not number 1 will be explained why the number 1 is number 1. So let's move on to the final one, rank 1 in this list of the Chaos artifacts, and that is the Sword of Salvation. And the reason I'll say is pretty evident, and I'll explain also why it is evident, and there's a trick actually of why Sword of Salvation I believe is ranked 1, and I'll be explaining that through mathematical numbers as well. So watch this video till the end. We are almost at the end. So 60% chance to steal 3 power bars with successful swipe attack means every swipe attack. So if you're having fast attack chance on the damage dealer, you will be able to trigger 3 fast attack hits or even 4 fast attack hits with the Sword of Salvation. And what will happen there is for every 4 attack, like every attack of those 4 attacks or every attack of those 3 attacks, you're gonna get a chance to 60% drain of a rather power steal. So with that being said, this will ensure your opponent is not gaining power at all. And also the benefit of this is plus 15% damage for each opponent's absent power bar. This means at the super move that you want to do, if it is like acted at 0 power bar almost for the opponent, then you're going to do additional 150% damage. So I'll explain a scenario here that will be extremely crucial of why Sword of Salvation, in my opinion, is rank 1. And the reason here is, again, this involves Raven as a support character and also involves King of Atlantis Aquaman. So this is an ideal scenario, theoretical scenario, but I believe this makes Sword of Salvation a lot more OP and places it at rank 1. So what is the scenario? So let's consider a boss is having 200 million health. 200 million health. So if you have King of Atlantis Aquaman and King of Atlantis Aquaman is doing one single SP3, he's supposed to do 20 million damage with the first SP3, provided that the boss does not have any modifier of the protective barrier. So with that being said, you need to do 20 million damage, but what you will do is additional 150% damage for each opponent's power bar. So this means you will do 150% damage if you are doing the special 3 of King of Atlantis Aquaman when there is no power bar on the opponent. You can do this using a interesting team that I will suggest. So this interesting team is Ace Green Arrow and Raven, as well as King of Atlantis Aquaman. So you tag in Ace Green Arrow, and Ace Green Arrow, whatever Ace Green Arrow can have Sword of Salvation, as well as King of Atlantis Aquaman can have Sword of Salvation, and both of them will help in decreasing this power bar for the opponent. And what you need to do here is, once you do the SP3, 20 million additional 150%. That means you're gonna 150% of 20 million is 30 million, and you're gonna do that as an additional damage, which means the total damage of your SP3 is already 50 million. But that's not all. That's not all, my dear friends. So if it's 50 million and you have Raven's Darkness stack applied 5 times, that means you're gonna do 600% additional damage. In total, you're gonna do 700% damage. That means 700% damage of 50 million. Are you getting my point? That is equal to 350 million damage. Yes, my friends, that is 350 million damage, and that means you're gonna one-shot a boss with one single SP3. Did you get my point? I believe my calculations are correct. If my calculations are wrong, do let me know down in the comments below, and let's have a discussion on this as well. So with that being said, I believe Sword of Salvation makes everything a lot more OP, and if paired with Raven and King of Atlantis Aquaman, it can one-shot a boss with one single SP3 when there is not a protective barrier. So this concludes for this entire list of the ranking list, basically, of the Chaos artifacts. I hope you guys enjoy my content, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. With that being said, this is your boy, the Average Gamer 98 over here, signing off. You guys take care, and I'm gonna see you the next one. Peace.